So you're the person that everyone goes to advice for. You're the person that people look at as a leader. You're the mentor. You're the whatever your role is, right? People are looking to you for you to lead. And one thing that a lot of people fail to realize is that whenever you're leading people, you're always giving yourself to people. You're always giving knowledge. You're always giving help. You might be giving money. You might be giving time. You might be giving emotion, whatever that looks like for you. But most of the time you don't get poured back into. So that leaves you feeling super drained by the end of whatever it is. If you have a lot of calls, if you have a lot of meetings, if you have a lot of interactions with people that they're looking to you to actually accomplish, then it leaves you feeling drained. And then a lot of people, especially if they're the student or the opposite end, they don't understand how much they're actually draining from you. So I want you guys to take a step back and think about, when's the last time you were actually poured into? When's the last time you did something for yourself? When's the last time you wasn't so tied to having to cater to someone else? When's the last time you actually felt like you could have a sigh of relief? And if you haven't had that in a minute, then you need to find time to actually make that for yourself. Go watch a movie. Go listen to your favorite song. Go to your favorite concert, right? Go do something that you actually enjoy. Because if you're stuck on trying to always give, it's going to take away from who you are, because you're going to drain yourself even quicker. One thing that I've learned, especially with me having a business and mentoring people, I'm on calls pretty frequently, whether that's closing calls, whether that's mentoring calls, whether that's calls that people have questions about, whatever that looks like. And it's like, what time do I put into myself for me to actually rejuvenate the things that I have going on? That way I can be able to maximize the value and the effort that I can actually give to my students. What does that look like? And so for me personally, I like to play video games, I like to watch movies, I like to work out, and I like to do things that actually help me rejuvenate my battery, even if that's being social still, but doing it in a place or a space where I don't have to think that much. So I'm over here hanging out with my family or hanging out with my friends, but I'm not thinking about the business or everything else that I have going on, right? Find a way to actually balance both, because if you don't, then you're gonna sit there and you start getting depressed. You're like, man, my life just revolves around people's schedule, or around my schedule of always trying to make up and cater to all these different things, right? So find time for yourself and then maximize on giving the effort that you need to your students. Some people, especially when you're in a leadership role, people look to you for advice, for anything. They look to you for guidance, and you start to become this example of what people are looking for you to be. So people are looking for you to actually show up and be there for them no matter what. And that's cool, that's a good feeling, because people know that you're dependable, but you gotta make sure that you're dependable for yourself. This video is primarily about you. You're in a position where you're always giving to other people, but you have to prioritize yourself when you're actually going through life. And here's the thing too, is that not everybody's gonna be there for you all the way until the end. So you might be mentoring, you might be being in your high level position, but they're not gonna be there to the end. They might be there for a couple months, they might be there for a couple years, but at the end of the day, eventually, that connection might fall off. And it's like, who do you have at the end of the day? You just have yourself, you know what I'm saying? So what does that look like for you to constantly build yourself to become the better person you need to be? Other thing that I would do, especially if I'm in the position of teaching and mentoring people, I always try to pour into myself with books and YouTube videos like these, where I'm listening to self-improvement and mindset, or I'm listening to things that I can improve on for the skill set that I need to be able to give to my students, right? That's another way of me pouring into myself. Me personally, I don't look at that as I'm being more, busy and doing more productive work, if you will. I'm doing something I genuinely want to do for myself that's recharging my own knowledge. That's just me though. I know some people are like, I just need a break from everything and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do everything. But for me, I enjoy doing that, So find ways to continually pour into yourself, because those people are looking to you as an example and for you to lead, for you to become the person that you need to be. And here's the other part, is that if you have kids, or even if you don't have kids, eventually they're going to be looking at you as the example. So it's like, how do you manage that? This is the part where you're already building up how to become an example, how to be able to find the balance, how to be able to stay more productive, how to still pour in yourself, how to find the time for yourself while people are looking at you as an example. Because as a kid, you don't expect them to pour back into you until they're older, right? So what you got to do for yourself is that you got to find the balance within that. You got to find the balance within your own life for everything that you've been working on and trying to accomplish. And that's just another way to think about it, because it's like eventually these people, or these little ones, if you will, are going to be looking to you as the example. So if you're walking around, you cussing all the time, you know, you're dressing a certain way, you're wearing a certain thing, you know, you have bad habits, let me say, eventually they're soaking all of that up like a sponge, and they're going to impersonate what they see. So you're the example for what they need to be. You know what I'm saying? And what they think is okay and what's tolerable. So incorporate that into what you're already doing, especially if you're in a leadership position and you have people that's looking at you right now. That is going to build up into your life in many different ways, actually. And you just have to start now, building that balance and that true relationship with yourself to understand what you really need when you need it. So, this is a really quick video, y'all. I just feel like some people, especially in a leadership position, they don't understand that you need to find the balance for you to be able to pour into other people while supporting to yourself. Because a drained fountain can't produce any water to give to other people. So, that being said, y'all, sub to the channel, like the video, and I will catch y'all in the next one. I'm gone.